Welcome to today's recording on how to use the Coach SDK. Today I will be showing you how to install the web service, how to debug the web service using the Visual Studio IDE, and how to interpret the API parameters. We start by downloading the web service code. It's a small project that can be opened with Visual Studio. Once downloaded, we can extract all the files. I will be communicating with my web service over port 81. I will therefore be creating a firewall rule to allow communication through this port. I have created a website called Deploy in IIS. I'm now going to create a binding to a subdomain that will communicate through port 81. Next, we will open up the project in Visual Studio. Once open, we will build the project and then deploy it to IIS. For visual confirmation, I have now returned to IIS to confirm that the web service has been deployed. Before we start debugging this project, let's first go and open up existing configuration. We will now use the tool to test the API, and we can see here that we have hit the breakpoint on the get users recording method. We will now inspect the search criteria. The first field sent across was a date range, and therefore two rows will exist in the search criteria. These will consist of the from and the to date. The next field was a list. We selected the first item, which has a key of 1 and the condition of any. The next element is a text box. We can see that we keyed in the value of 123 and the condition is contains. The final element is a boolean. Let's return to the tool and run another test and see how the values differ. Let us now return to this particular API and look at the other parameters of the method. The scheduler Windows service uses the first parameter of key. The limit is the maximum number of recordings to return. tenant code is the identifier of the organization, recorder user ID is the agent ID, search criteria list, and then the time zone. We will now add another type. This time we will add a numerical range. A range always takes up two entries in the search criteria list. These act as the from and the to values. Here we are searching for a duration between 60 seconds and 5 minutes. We will now inspect the tenant code as passed to the getUsers API. I've already inserted a breakpoint. You can find more information on the available data types, conditions, and possible combinations within the developer portal.